Welcome to Wholesome Roots. Yes, I'm smiling. Yes, I am happy. The antibiotics are working on Fancy Girl. They are working so good that her temperature came down last night. Her temperature is all the way back to normal this morning. So I am praising God and just so glad that I made the difficult decision that it was for me. You know, some people would have hit antibiotics at first, but that's not how we do things here at Wholesome Roots. But we do it when it's necessary, and it was necessary for her. So we did it, and we are so grateful because it is working. Look how good it's working. She heard me coming, and she is up. Oh, Fancy Girl, I am so happy. Oh, baby, you feel good today. You feel good, Dawn. That medicine's working. So I'm gonna get her out and get her on the milk stand so I can give her another antibiotic injection and another vitamin B injection. We're gonna keep going with that. And we are continuing with the garlic ginger paste as well to help keep her immune system strong. What do you think, Fancy? That yummy? Look guys, she's eating. I put some chaff hay in there for her so that she'd sit calmly so I can give her injections. Yay! Yay! And she ran all the way to the milk stand, guys. Like, perky girl. Oh, I love this baby. As much as she does not like the shots, she is loving some blackberry leaves. She like spilt them all over the place, trying to eat them fast. One of our viewers actually recommended blackberry leaves as a way to relieve diarrhea. And she seems to really be liking them, and her diarrhea is improving. It has turned to pudding consistency instead of water. So that is a huge improvement. So we are very happy about that. And she is perky, that's for sure. Much perkier today. You sweet girl. I love you. I just want to say, kind of as a response to some comments in the last couple of videos, that this is not something that we deal with on a regular basis. This is not something that happens all the time. It's just the time of year. It's a very moist season, and it has made for a different season for us. And just like with anything, there's a season to everything, and everything changes in its season, and things are not always the same all of the time. So you have to learn how to deal with these differences, these challenges as they come up. We have not had this difficulty and challenge. So for us, this is new. This is I mean, we've had diarrhea before, but never this bad, never this extreme. So it's just something that you have to deal with. And I'm actually looking right now at another goat with diarrhea. So it's not that abnormal. It's not liquid diarrhea, but I'm gonna pull her in and start her on the herbs and hope that she's gonna be just fine like everybody else. So we're not gonna, as each of these things happens, it gets a little easier to handle. I know a little bit more each time. But I think that the thing that some of the negative comments have come from is seeing how upset I have gotten, especially about Fancy. But you have to remember that we lost Spice. Spice died. We didn't save her. So yes, this is a scary time for us. Yes, we have to try harder and work stronger and do more than what we did the last time, because obviously we are at risk. And anytime an animal's sick, it's a risky situation. So we just have to fight it with everything we've got and do our best. I don't want this to scare anybody from getting goats, because this isn't a regular occurrence. This isn't an everyday thing. This is just hitting a bad, rough spot. And we will get past it, and we will get them well. And you can deal with this kind of thing with any animal, whether it is a chicken or a goat or a dog or a cat. It doesn't matter. This can happen. When you have 20 goats, you're gonna have ones that have issues. when you have 20 goats, it is inevitable that you're gonna have some sick ones. And you just have to work with it the best that you can. We choose all natural methods, and they work, but they definitely work slower than some chemical methods might. But even with chemical methods, there isn't a whole lot to treat diarrhea with. So it's just one of those things that we are just gonna do our best at. And if the situation arises like it did with Fancy, where there is an infection present because she had a fever, then we are gonna give antibiotics, because we're not gonna take a risk, and we love our animals. So we're gonna treat with whatever methods we have to. All right, that didn't work. It was chaos with the diarrhea, and she's my only wild goat, semi-wild, and I couldn't catch her, so I don't want to stress her body out by chasing her around in circles. So I'm gonna get Ryan to help. He's in the house with the boys, cleaning and helping me with everything. He's so amazing. Anyway, so you can see I'm not as in much of a panic mode as I was with the last one getting sick, because now I see that the medicine is helping, and I know that I can fix this. Every time I turn on this camera, I have the intention of helping somebody out there, teaching somebody out there something about what it's like to homestead and what it's like to have animals. And this is not teaching that it's hard just because we have a bad week. This is teaching that all of it is included. I'm not gonna gloss over the negative and the bad times and the difficult times and the drama times. I'm not gonna gloss over those, because that wouldn't be real. I wanna show you guys what real life is. And I think that that is important to our mission of helping people. Because if people don't know that these things exist, how are they gonna know? I mean, I could very well have helped somebody who's dealing with the same thing in their herd try to understand it, because I've talked about it so openly with you guys, the good and the bad. So I hope that I am helping, and I hope that there's more of you out there that appreciate the negative for what the value it is teaching. It is a teaching moment. It is always a teaching moment, and I embrace that. And I very much so questioned my video when I discovered Fancy was sick, about how much of my emotions to show, but then I realized that that's part of my life, and if I'm sharing my life with you guys, then I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it all. And for those of you that know me a little bit more than just these vlogs, if you know me from Facebook groups and from my own personal life, you know that there's more going on than just what I show in the video, and I have a lot of other life stresses going on. So it is natural that I am reacting strongly to these stressful times, because I do have a lot of emotions I'm holding in, and I am working through them. So I'm not gonna panic about chaos. I'm gonna get her, and I'm gonna start treating the diarrhea. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and send Ryan to the dollar store, that's the closest store, and get some Pepto-Bismol. That's something I hadn't tried before, because I had read mixed reviews about it, but I've had a very trusted mentor of mine recommend it for diarrhea, and I think I'm gonna try it. So I think that being worried about dehydration from the diarrhea is one of the things that scares me, because dehydration can lead to death. So I am always like right on top of hydration, and then monitor her temperature, and if she becomes feverish, I will treat her with antibiotics. So now I know the path that I'm taking. I know the course, I know what to do. And whether or not this is eating too much grass and forage, or it's eating a poisonous plant or two, some poisonous plants are low toxicity, so they can eat a little bit of it and it can make them a little bit sick. So we just have to keep, we don't have any high toxic plants out there. I know that, because I know my high toxic plants and they're not out there. But we just have to keep an eye on that. And you know, it very well could be a virus that's going through the herd. Okay, fine. So when your family gets sick and they get one person gets the stomach flu, doesn't everybody get it? So what? We're gonna just deal with it. We're gonna look up on the bright side of things and see that we've gotten Bo well, Fancy's almost well. We are just fighting through a stomach virus. Let's just call it that. If it's not grass eating, then it's stomach virus. And we're just gonna treat it and take care of it and make everybody well. So I hope that you guys have learned something. I hope this has benefited most of you in some way. And please keep watching and like, share, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. You ready for Mama to come in? Silly boy. It is beautiful weather out here. In case you haven't noticed, we have our windows open. It is amazing low temperatures today. Low is in the 80s, but it was in the 60s this morning. Woo! Nice window open, fresh breeze, cleaning day.